fans shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. We've reached the halfway mark of the regular season. A lot of work left to do as we're away in Week 9. He's going to field this at the 2. Making some progress here. And he's well across the 45, almost all the way to midfield before going out.
Special teams always play an important role in ball games, and it does right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Black 40. Set, go.
Give now to the running back. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Here we go. Set, cut.
Pass play coming here. That's complete to the rookie out of Missouri. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Ready?
All set now. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Come on, yellow. 22 set.
They'll go play action. Brought in close to the 8. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Ready?
They call pass on 2nd and goal. And this is a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Evans set to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35.
Okay, ready?
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready? Dragon 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready?
They'll throw to start the drive. That one's complete right side. He's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's good for a Jets first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. He dodged the tackle. And this run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Here we go. 19 Lions. 70.
Looking to throw here. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got it in the red zone. And he will take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively. We could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready. Cut.
He's got it on the bootleg. Defense is too much here. The Jets drag him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Hey, you'll often hear me talk about setting an edge. Well, think of it this way as well, especially with a bootleg. You want to be like the jaws of a defense. You want to just keep him inside. Get those jaws a-closing, and there's no escape valve for the QB then.
It connects on the deep shot. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Ready.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. We've got a screen to the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is a Dolphins 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Not a bad first look for him in the contest, this contest. And I love them taking a shot, Kate. It's a shame, though, because this defense will tip the cap. They played that ball better than he could.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
Yellow. 43.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. Got the give on the zone read, and the defenders were waiting for him. He goes down for a loss. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down.
10 cycles. Red. Yellow. 45. Hut.
3rd and long for him here. Throwing this one back of the end zone. Catch is made, but he is out of the back of the end zone. Could not get his feet down, partner. He's going to end up incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
On the jump.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Panther 6, 7 Pirates. Trap 60, trap 60.
Working now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends them backwards ahead of 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Ready.
Offense going with a 4-receiver set, 3rd and long.
Go. Panther 11, Panther 11. Mustang 19.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17. 1st and 10 now from the 46.
Ready, go.
Hall running between the tackles. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Throw left side, Taylor has it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Ready.
3rd down from the gun. He has the first over the middle. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets take a field goal lead in our opening quarter. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines, because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker, because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Starting from the 5. Oh, and he eats a hit to bring it into that, right near the 25-yard line. Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter. They go play action on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Throwing this one deep across the field. And his heave isn't going to be answered. That's incomplete as an exciting look ends our 1st quarter. So we're through one quarter of this AFC East contest. The Jets with an early lead. More from MetLife coming right up. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They start out 2nd and 10. Collins got it left side. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So 1st down from the 41.
Here we go, here we go. 52 full. White. Set.
Throwing off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Drill, 52, ready.
his shotgun. They'll give it to him inside. And he's going to have this up and across midfield corner to the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
First down, and they go right back to it. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did. Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4.
Set. Ready?
4th down. Pass coming. That one's cut at the 10-yard line. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a second-quarter lead.
There are a couple different ways now you can win on the fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
Setting up to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3. Now after that snap, there's an injured Dolphin still out there. So we're going to get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll start this one out with Hall. And it looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Back to throw. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
Ready? Ready? Take go.
Handoff running left. Here's Hall. Along the sideline past midfield. Along this sideline inside the 25. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets take a second-quarter lead. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
And he'll take a knee in the end zone for a touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Blown back gets the handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Let's go now. Ready?
2nd and 10. Here's a pass. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. Yeah, that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing 3rd down. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Ready.
They'll throw 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And that brings up 4th and long. For the Dolphins, readying for the punt. Ethan Evans, the one to kick it away. And plenty of hang time on this one. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll go right side of the ball. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 42-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Cougar 19. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Setting up to throw. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. So the big play has them well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. It's a gain of 3 for them. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Hey, let's go now. 19, Charger, 19, Cub 19, Cub 19. Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Caught quickly on the slant. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Now that, Panther 60, Panther 11, Panther 11. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Working inside the red zone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throw on the ball. And they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Dolphins going to counter with a dime package here. 3rd down.
Hey, check go.
They give to Hall on the draw. And the gain's good there, partner. A nice 7-yard effort, but they're still well short, so this is going to be 4th down. Field goal try upcoming from the Jets. Pretty easy kick here, Brock. Just 22 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Return starts from the goal line. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready?
The running back gets it on the draw. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Escapes out to the left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an applause, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Let's go.
3rd and short here, trying to pass. Waddle makes the catch. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd.
That's good.
And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 from the 43.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll go play action. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Ready.
Throwing now off the play action. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Ready. Yeah, ready.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Wanted Hill, but it's intercepted. And this is going to be a New York touchdown. It's a pick for 6.
Gosh, I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception already a terrific effort by everybody involved. But to put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
That one right down the middle. And the Jets double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Returnable from the 2. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
Their own 21-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Okay, great.
New York to the line. 1st and 10.
Dragon 60. 70 Timberwolves. Go.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. You've got 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Has him on the quick hitter. Avoids a defender. We've got foot race. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it's good for a New York first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
19 Tiger, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Tag! Vikings.
Second down pass play coming. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes, you can get to win-win.
From the gun on third down. It is cut left side. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he sends this one straight up. He's trying to stick him deep. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes first and 10.
Here we go.
Dive play straight ahead. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's going to be first down Miami.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that is the Dolphins' first down.
Gain of 12. And the Dolphins' first down.
Set. Ready.
First carry now. This is Ollie Gordon. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
The 27-yard line.
Got it.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
Set.
He's dropping back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrives at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Ready. Ready.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Jets are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's first and 10.
Go.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Ready, ready.
Coming right is Hall. And he's going to wind up in the red for this play back at the 8.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Defense nearing a stop. Need to hold once more here on third down. Third and long. Going to throw. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Rolling into enemy territory. And a nice return has him looking at a very short field now.
49-yard line.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Ready. Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
Ready, break.
Second down.
Here we go, set. 33. Yep, set.
They're throwing it. Connects on the crosser. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10. From the red zone now. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Set. Pitch. Ready.
They'll throw on second and 10. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. They just can't finish the play.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Couldn't hang on to the interception, but the momentum's still on the defensive side here ahead of this third down. Third and long for him here. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a first and goal.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations.
And he's in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins shrinking the lead some in the third. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. We'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Jets getting ready for this first and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Hall. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8.
Brings up second and 8.
Here we go, shot. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
Now looking to throw. Forced out to his right. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Kate, this is one of those situations where they've got the lead on the scoreboard, but not the momentum on the field. This is a big third down coming up. Got to seize back a little control and find a way to cut off the comeback.
19.
Here he goes, third and long. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready, set.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Completed over the middle. And he will get to that 30-yard line before they stop him. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready. Come on.
He'll look to throw. He rolls to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
On the toss, it's Gordon. And he stops, so that's going to take us to the end of the third. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Dolphins ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode. They trail to start the fourth. We've set it down from 37. They go play action on first down. Rolling left, buying some time. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Downfield, this finds Waddle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Here we go, set, ready.
They'll try the middle with Gordon. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. They send with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's second and 12. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing third and long. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to...
They get him yet again! And the Jets are going to have it after his second interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. If they play, don't get me wrong, they deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
19 tight, 19 tight. Mustang 19.
Working now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that makes it third down.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Come on, set. Ready.
They'll throw, third and long. It's caught by Wilson. Finds a seam, left side. He's off to the races. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. PAT effort coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets double their lead to 14.
Jets 38, Dolphins 24.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Return starts from the goal line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Dolphins just about set up here. First and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio. This guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
They'll throw it here on first. And they pick him off again! And the Jets have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Well, we all remember they were able to turn that first interception into a touchdown, and now they get a chance to do it again.
Yeah, takeaways are A1. We know that. Every defensive preaches it, but when you could score off those turnovers, points off takeaways, that often leads to huge results for your team.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Well, they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13.
Here we go, set. 70 Timberwolves. Let go.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Headed out right. Down the field. He's got Wilson. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out.
Ready.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
A give left side for Hall. On the move, past the 40. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for a Jets first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go now. Go.
They go right back to Hall. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Get up.
On the ground, this is Knight. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Danger, Kent. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They'll run here. It's Hall. And he will take it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets have likely locked up the win right there. Brees Hall with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jets stretch their lead to 21.
Dolphins 24.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. We'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's going to be 1st down Miami. Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. From the pistol, here's Gordon. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Dolphins hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Second down now, they need 7.
Set, ready.
Shotgun snap, they'll throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings them to 3rd down.
Set. Red, 38. Ready?
To the air on 3rd and long. Waddle makes the catch. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Green.
Throwing from the gun here. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next display.
He will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get it back to within 2 possessions. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins get it back to a 14-point game.
Dolphins 31.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. Here's Smith on the return. Things going well so far. Past midfield, and he's got space. Into the red zone. Touchdown! They return the kick all the way to the house. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Finds him over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that is a Dolphins first down. Gotta hurry this to the line. Working on first down. And he can't make the hook up on the deep ball. That's incomplete.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Here we go. Set.
They are throwing it again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, and you got to take advantage of that opportunity, defense just did.
Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force fourth down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Ready.
Line up the design keeper. So the win goes to the Jets.